Whenever I want to clear my mind or find some clarity about a subject, I go to this park because for some reason when I'm staring at my laptop screen, my thoughts are muddled. So there's a tip for any knowledge worker out there. You want to come up with ideas, get away from the computer screen. Lately, I've been thinking about generative AI, and my clearest thoughts on the subject occur when I'm surrounded by nature, which seems ironic. Thinking about my own attitudes towards AI, specifically generative AI, believe it or not, Gandhi's words popped into my head where he was telling his followers, he was encouraging his followers not to be discouraged. He said something like, first they, the group you're fighting, ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. It occurs to me that Gandhi's words also apply to generative AI because I know when ChatGPT popped up on the scene, I think it was November 2022, I wanted to ignore it and then I laughed at it mockingly. So in a way, Gandhi's words actually apply to generative AI. Humanity is actually resisting it, but eventually generative AI is going to win because we're not going to be able to overcome it. We're going to have to find a way to coexist with it. Yeah, so my thought is that we're actually on the other side of the ignore phase, ignoring generative AI. Many of us are still at the laughing at it phase. Personally, I don't think I'm at the laughing at it phase. I feel like I'm in the fighting it phase. And at the moment, it's an uphill battle. I know I'm no longer in the laughing at AI phase because of a couple of things that happened at work with generative AI. The first thing that pushed me through laughing at it and feeling like I'm now fighting generative AI is I needed to write a complex email to a client to explain a challenging situation. That's my bread and butter, that's fine, I wrote it, but then I ran the email through a generative AI process and the tool suggested a new opening line to the email. And I'm a writer by trade, but the tool's opening line to my email was so much better than what I wrote. So that was a sobering moment. The second moment was I wrote a piece of content for a client, a piece of LinkedIn content. Content was fine, but there was just one sentence I wasn't happy with. Once again, ran it through generative AI. It suggested a change to a single sentence, and it was better than what I wrote. So there's two examples of generative AI not completely writing something for me, but actually improving something markedly that I had created. Does that mean I'm getting dumber, or is it getting smarter? Should I be fighting it, or should I be looking at it as a collaborator, as a co-worker, something that exists alongside me that improves my work? Perhaps I shouldn't be fighting it. Now that AI is part of our lives, or wanting to insert itself into our lives, it seems like humanity needs to make a choice. Two paths. One path, we completely reject it and turn our back on this new tool. The other path, we completely embrace it, but perhaps lose our humanity in the process. But surely there's more than a binary choice before us. Perhaps there's a third path, a middle path. where we take the best of both. We take the best of ourselves, what makes us unique in the universe, but we enhance that or complement it with this new tool. So we're not rejecting our humanity, but we're not sticking our head in the sand either. We're creating a new thing, a synthesis between us and generative AI. And after all, isn't that what humans do? We create new tools, perhaps we get overexcited about them and go too far, but then over time our understanding and our relationship with the tool or technology matures.